right, and that was juxtaposition from the band Hitpoints, who we have here in the studio, and it's cool to hear that your tracks translate very well when you guys play them acoustic, you know, and you hear all the work that goes into it. And what I love about you guys is that your songs and your band and everything that you guys do has a message to it. You know, it's not just meaningless, pointless lyrics or songs going out and clubbing or getting.
Let's go clubbing.
Let's go.
That's the next EP.
That's the next EP. But you guys have a message.
The club.
and so let's jump into one of my favorite parts of the interview is you know, writing process, and who does the most writing for you guys, or how does your writing process work?
I'm trying to find a transition here because I've written so many songs for so long, like almost like a job. When I'm not playing, I'm writing and investing into that, because I feel like the more it's almost like a lotto. The more songs you write, the more likely you are to get a good one. And not saying to go buy lotto tickets, but just the process of being faithful to it, you know, and hopefully there'll be a hit song in there that will further what we're doing someday. But so all that to say is I've got tons of songs, and right now we're still trying to find, you know, we're starting the transition into getting everyone involved, but for the most part it's ideas that I've had for a long time. Even these ones, like, that are released, like, were ideas that I started, you know, maybe five or 6 years ago. So I mean, it's cool to hear it get out, but yeah, so now we're just starting the process where it's like, okay, like, let's send each other ideas and see what happens, because I think that, you know, we're capable of doing something better than just me. But yeah, I usually start, I don't know, you want to add something right there, AJ?
You usually start, and you want me to finish what you just said?
No, I usually start and you can finish.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, that's just sort of how it's been, just because, I mean, I multiple times we've been sitting at his desk working on a song, and he'll go and open up his hard drive of the Hitpoints folder, and I mean, we're talking like close to 100 ideas, and every one is just really great. So I mean, we find ourselves opening one, being like, ooh, that's cool, let's work on that. Ooh, that's cool, let's work on that. I mean, there's unlimited material right now. We have talked about starting the writing process together and getting everyone involved, but gosh, this guy's a machine. It's like hard to compete with someone who's writes a.
It's not a competition, bro.
It's a competition.
We're in this together.
It's a competition.
But I think even as far as like song to song, I feel like it's slowly evolved over time. Whereas before I used to just write with guitar, and then I just write with piano. And now it goes back and forth, but I feel like for the most part, I write into the box. I'll open up Logic, and I'm really inspired by different sounds. I feel like that's what triggers constant inspiration for me, is just I'll pull up a synth patch and it just takes me somewhere. And then I feel like even that, like I'll just hear stuff in my head that goes over it. And yeah, but I feel like it's easy to get lost in that, and lost in cool sounds and making it, you know, produced. And then the song suffers, the actual song. And so I feel like I'm constantly going back and like trying to pull it back to just a guitar and see if it translates still, and see if it's a good song. Because a lot of times I'm like, this song's awesome, and I'll play on guitar, I'm like, the song's actually a horribly written song, but it gets by because of the cool sounds in it. So that's a little bit of the writing process. I feel like sometimes it's a beat, sometimes it's a synth, sometimes it's just a melody. I'll be driving and like a melody will pop in my head. What about you? How's writing for you?
Same thing. I mean, a lot of my writing process starts just kind of like going through sounds on my computer and having my little MIDI controller in front of me and just sort of playing around and finding something that really inspires me. Sitting down at the guitar, and a lot of what my melody process is just being in the car, and it's having silence in the car or hearing something and being inspired by it, and or just something randomly coming to thought. I'll record it on my phone. I have like thousands of voice memos of melody.
I hate those.
You know, I hate those, exactly.
Tell my wife, don't open that. Don't
that one.
Yeah, that one's embarrassing. So I think we have a similar writing process, which I'm excited, because in the next batch of songs, whenever that seems to take shape, I feel like the writing process that he has and that I have will just really melt together, and it will be really easy to start writing together.
Nice.
So I'm excited about that.
That's cool. Well, we've got to take a little break, but when we come back, we'll definitely jump into I know you guys were talking about inspiration and what inspires you. We're going and getting a little deeper into that. But remember, Lunchtime Live can be heard live every Thursday at 11 a.m. and Saturdays at 12 noon on Coyote Radio from our website and worldwide on iTunes under College Radio. So stick around. We'll come back and we'll continue our conversation with Hitpoints. Don't go anywhere.